Hey guys, this is GoldenKnight27 doing a quick little review and recap of the Rise of the True Dragon structure deck. So, what I'm going to be doing is pointing out the 10 cards that I find to be the most awesome from this particular set. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so these cards are going to be in no particular order. These are just 10 of the cards that I saw that I feel are pretty awesome. So, first one is going to be Dragon Knight of Creation. So with this guy, you can increase his level by 4 during your opponent's turn, and when he destroys your opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can send a level 7 or 8 dragon from your deck to the graveyard, and he has another effect which can send himself and one card from your hand to the graveyard, and you can special summon a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster from your graveyard, which is really cool because he kind of sends the monster that you need to the graveyard, and then he has the ability within himself by just discarding another card along with him to special summon that dragon, which is pretty awesome. You could use this in Blue Eyes, you could use this in Red Eyes. It's really, really good. Level 4 Light, which is awesome. Light and Dark monsters are the best you can get in the game. I think he's really usable. So be on the lookout for this card to get a lot of play. So I see it being a very popular card with dragon players. So next, Paladin of Felgrand, very similar monster. When he's normal or special summoned, you can equip a level 7 or 8 dragon from your hand or deck to this card. This card would be unaffected by monster effects while it has an equipped card, and then contribute one monster and himself to special summon a level 7 dragon monster in your graveyard, which is really cool. Decent attack points on this guy, 1700, not bad at all. Same thing, level 4 light monster. He's a warrior also, so you can use reinforcement of the army to find this guy. Really awesome card. Look forward to using this card. I could see myself playing maybe one of him in Red Eyes, but we'll see. I'll do an updated deck profile for you guys eventually. Next, Guardian of Felgrand. I don't know if I like him as much as the first two, but he is really awesome. So when he's normal or special summoned, same thing, equip level 7 or 8 dragon from your hand or graveyard to him, and he gains attack and defense equal to half the attack and defense of the equipped monster that's equipped to him, and then you contribute one monster and himself and target one level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is really nice. The things I like about him and these other two guys is the fact that they're pitching him to the graveyard easily, which Felgrand, as you guys know, needs to get special summoned from the graveyard. So the way that I see this guy is sending my Red Eyes to the graveyard so that I can, just bring them back and maybe produce Red Eyes Metal or Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon or Xyz into Flare Metal Dragon. So really awesome card. I like him. He's not as great as the first two, but no complaints. Next card, ARKIRAVE Dragon. So this guy's really cool. If he's special summoned from the graveyard, you can banish your opponent's spell and trap cards, as many as they control as possible. And if you do, gain 200 attack and defense for each of those banished cards. And once per turn during the standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there the last turn, you can target one level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, accept himself, and special summon it. So it's a really good effect. He's got the same stats as Red Eyes Darkness, Red Eyes Black Dragon, except he's a light monster and he's got an effect, so really cool. I could see him being splashed into someone's Red Eyes deck. I think he's really cool. Good effect, but we'll see what happens. Next, Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. So you can special summon him from the graveyard. That's the best way to do it. So if you special summon from the graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. And if you do, this card gains attack and defense equal to the banished monster's original level, rank times 100. So if this card also destroys one of your opponent's monsters by battle, you can target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard, accept himself, and special summon it to your field. So that's an easy way to get like a Blue Eyes from the graveyard into the field. So really good. I know so far I'm starting to already see some Blue Eyes Felgrand decks, which I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that a lot of people kind of had that in mind when they announced this deck. So, don't be surprised if you're seeing Felgrand Blue Eyes everywhere. And, Alternative Dragon is coming out soon, so Blue Eyes is going to be pretty sick coming up. So look out for that. This card is probably going to see a lot of play. There's only one more card that I think will get played more than this card, and you'll see that card later. Next, we're going to go to Decoy Dragon. Decoy Dragon I like because this one is a reprint, and this card I don't think has been reprinted at all since it came out. And if this card is targeted for an attack, target one level 7 or higher dragon type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. If you do, change the attack target to it and perform damage calculation. So, cool thing about this one is it doesn't say level 7 or level 8, so you could potentially bring back Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, or if you're a Red Eyes player, Archfiend, Black Skull Dragon. There's a lot of different options that you can do, and this guy basically protects himself, and it doesn't say once per turn. It says if it is targeted for an attack. So if this guy is targeted more than once, you can special summon more than once. I like the fact that it's not a once per turn effect. So really good card. Now that this has come out, it's going to start becoming more accessible, less expensive. Really like the reprint of this card. I think it should have been reprinted a long time ago, but still a good card. Next, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This one speaks for itself. I'm glad that it got reprinted because not all players have been able to get this card. Just, you know, maybe some of the younger kids that don't have full-time jobs like some of you and like myself, where we have income constantly coming in. So being able to spend $10 on one deck and get Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, you know, you can't really complain about that. So I'm happy about this reprint for other players, not myself, because I've already got one of these. So I'm glad that other players will not have access to this. This guy, you can special summon him by banishing a dragon type monster that you control, and then once per turn you can special summon a dragon from your hand or graveyard. So it doesn't have to be of a certain level, doesn't have to be a certain attribute, certain attack, or anything. Just flat out one dragon monster once per turn. So that's a really good effect. Next, you have Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn, and I like this guy because he's a 4-star warrior tuner. He's a target for reinforcement of the army, so you can special summon him or normal summon him, however you decide to get him out. During your main phase, you send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, which is excellent because milling those 2 cards would potentially be putting your dragons in the graveyard. So Konami, they knew what they were doing when they put this card in here. And the fact that he's a level 4 tuner makes it real easy for you to produce some of those level 8 synchro summons. So I really like this guy. Glad he got reprinted. Decent attack, really good effect. I really like it. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So it's really awesome. I'm glad that they put this in there. I think a lot of players don't have him, and I'm glad that, you know, he's now accessible within the same $10 that you're spending on this deck. Guys, forgive me if I'm sniffling a lot. I'm not feeling great. So normally if I don't feel too hot, I'll try not to record a video, but you know, I couldn't help myself. I had to do this while, you know, the timing was still good. So Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords is the next card. It's a continuous spell card, and I'll go ahead and read his effect because he's kind of got a lot going on and I like him. So if a monster is special summoned except from the graveyard while you control level 7 or 8 dragon type monster, that face-up special summon monster's effects are negated until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Once per turn, you can send one face-up card you control to the graveyard, special summon one Dragon Lord token. And this one is going to be a dragon type, light monster, level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one level 7 or level 8 type monster from your hand or graveyard. From your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard. Add this target to your hand. So it is excellent. It revives itself. It also could pitch a level 7 or level 8 dragon type monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, just so that you can bring it back through many of the forms of special summoning from the graveyard that this deck has. So really, really good card. I like it. I see myself probably running at least 1 or 2 of these in a dragon deck if I'm building a dragon deck. This card right here, Return of the Dragon Lords, also known as Gospel of Revival in the OCG, which is the Japanese equivalent to our game. This was the card that most people were looking the most forward to, and I really like it. I think it's a really good card, and I can see why the hype was there for this card. So let me read its effect. Target one level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. If a dragon type monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So cool thing about it is it says monsters in parentheses. So you could banish this card. You could stop a Regeki. You could stop a Torrential Tribute. You could stop a whole lot of plays. So this is some of the protection that decks like Red Eyes or Blue Eyes needed, because they don't really have too much protection built into them aside from Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. So this was a card that we needed, and I'm glad that we have it. So this was the last card on the list. Like I said, this is in no particular order. These are just 10 of the cards that I like. But, you know, coincidentally, the best was last. So, guys, what I would recommend is if you're a Dragon-type duelist or you're going to play Blue Eyes in the coming up format, I would suggest that you go ahead and grab maybe at least 2 of these, potentially 3 if you want the Return of the Dragon Lords, and then if you find yourself with extra copies of stuff, like myself, I'm going to have extra copies of certain cards. Trade them, sell them, do whatever you please. But at least give this deck a try. I'm not saying that you need to build the Felgrand build, but incorporate some of these cards into your existing Dragon decks, guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I will continue to produce more videos like this. That's the only way that I'll know that you like the content that I'm putting out. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys are going to buy some of these. I want to hear whether you guys are getting none of these, if you're going to get 1, 2, or 3. So leave that below in the comments. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoy, and be sure to subscribe so then you don't miss any updates. Thank you.